this is a horizontal video. If this is turned sideways, somebody let me know. Also, make sure I turn on the chat so I can see live chat. I can see all the messages. All right, so as you can probably hear, MR1's running in the back. I just filmed a video. I think I'm going to upload it on Saturday, basically showing these things. That's what it's running right now. I need to tap these. One thing I didn't realize was how messy this whole station was going to get. I've been tapping so much stuff, and it's kind of have a mess everywhere. So I'm just basically putting a little bit of a chamfer here. That way when I tap it and it pushes the material out, I don't have a burr. What's everybody working on in your shop? Any cool projects? So far, I really like this stuff. Totally not sponsored. I just bought it on Amazon. I see everybody else using it, so I figured why not give it a try. I'm really loving the tapping machine. Normally, I used to have to thread mill these parts, which would take substantially longer. So now I just do that. It's definitely a big time saver. Closer. So is the video horizontal or am I crooked? I think I clicked horizontal, but you never know. When you're setting up a live, I don't do this that often. Yeah. The nice thing is I'm able to wear shorts and I don't have the pellet stove running. The weather has finally warmed up here in northern Indiana. It's morel mushroom season. So kids and I went out, found a bunch of them, ate them. We've literally, me and the kids have eaten probably a pound of morel mushrooms last night and then again tonight. And we have another pound for tomorrow night, but we're gonna wait. The wife will be home tomorrow night, so she'll be able to enjoy them with us. Ooh. Am I hitting my parallel? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hang it over the edge. That way, don't have to worry about that. I just love using this thing. I've literally wanted this, not this one specifically, but a tapping arm since like 2005. Back in 2005, I worked for a company called Faztech. They make machine guarding, T-slotted aluminum guarding, and they had something like this. Theirs was a pneumatic one, wasn't near as nice. But we used that, and man, I love that thing. I've always wanted one, but in the past, they used to be like $10,000. So the fact that they've come down in price makes a big difference. I mean, this whole thing, I think is $2,800 or is it $1,800? I think it's like around $2,000, but it comes with the base, so that's Freaking cool. But definitely in love with this thing. I'll do one more and then we'll go load apart. Oh, I didn't countersink it. Up against the wall. I guess I should scoot this thing away from the wall a little bit. All right, one more here. All right, we're gonna go load the mill. I gotta multitask. Right, first. I don't have safety glasses, so use the door. My safety glasses, I got a bunch of them all over the shop. They're just never where I want them when I need them. One downside, I wish you're always reaching super far in. When you have like a legit CNC mill, when it finishes, it comes right up close to the door. Where here, you're always stretching way into the machine. Look at this part. No burrs. Straight out of the machine. And precision. I dropped it. Anyways, that is a perfect fit with the MR1. So that's with intense. Let me grab my bolt. So yeah, there is no wiggle at all. It'll stay in. You can see the surface finish on that. Really nice. So, anybody who said you can't machine steel, for all of you guys who said I couldn't machine steel in this thing, suck it. You would be surprised how many times people, in the comments, oh, that's a tinker toy. Well, if your machine was rigid, I've heard it all. How many of you guys are going to Blade Show? Anybody? I'm going to be at Blade Show. I'm going to have a table there. I just got my banner today, so the downside, when I switched the company name to Beck's Armory, the Beck's Tool, I had to buy all new shirts. I had to buy a new banner, which sucked, because that stuff is pricey. Oh, it says I need to home the machine. What? Okay, so this is one of the annoying things. Apparently, I don't know. It wants me to home the machine. So here's the dilemma. My y-axis has the new advanced switches, right? So if I home that, it's going to be exactly the same spot. The x-axis has the factory switch. So if I home that, I don't know how angles are going to be. Do I need... This right here is why someday I'm going to get a robo drill, Fanic robo drill, because it has servos and it never forgets where it is. Like, I can't tell you how frustrated I am right now. I have literally 2 more parts left out of this whole batch, and this thing doesn't know where it is. It, for some reason, in the middle of the program, wants me to rehome the machine. So It's 2 thumbs down. And this is why Langmuir doesn't sponsor me, because I'm honest and I show this kind of stuff. Sometimes, people ask me, why aren't you sponsored? Blah, blah, blah. I won't get into too much. There was some talks a while back, but I think there's a divide. I think some people just don't think I'm good for the brand. Other people think I am. But I've heard from a lot of you guys who have bought machines and said, thanks for sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because nothing positive I say about this machine matters if I don't share everything, right? Like this. I don't think this is like a brand certified thing to talk about, but it happens. Also, next time I come out here, when I go to set my tool height, it's not going to know where the tool setter is. It's going to have forgotten. And so then I'm going to have to tell it where the tool setter is. Every time the machine turns off and then I turn it back on days later, it doesn't know where the tool setter is. Apparently there's not a battery, and it doesn't save it in Windows. There's not a data file that it writes that this thing goes back and says, oh, hey, where were you? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. When I say set for the tool setter, it should write that in a text file in the program software in Windows, and then every time it can just look. And then if I hit set, it should update that text file. This is software 101. And they haven't supported this software in a really long time. I mean, it's been, I don't know, just go over the Langmuir forums, and you'll see exactly how long it's been since they've set an update. There's bugs in this control software that everybody knows about, and there hasn't been a fix for over a year. So, but now I've been kind of negative Nancy, but what did I just show you? I'm making steel parts, and I'm holding this diameter within tenths for a $9,000 machine. You're not getting that anywhere else. So you have to take the good with the bad. Would I buy any other machine for $6,000 to $10,000? Absolutely not. There's no other game in town that comes close to the MR1. So yes, I complain sometimes about this annoying stuff, but at the end of the day, there's no other option, guys. Like, this is it. And yes, you could get a Tormach, but it costs 3.5 times more. You could get a Sile, which, man, I compared those two forever. If you have to pick between a Sile and a Tormach, I would probably go with the Sile. For the longest time, I was going to go with the Tormach because the Sile limits the feed rate, where the Tormach will give you the full feed rate. The Tormach has a little bit bigger window. But I can't remember. At one point, I firmly decided that I was going to go with the Sile for some specific reasons, which I don't remember anymore because I've been so fixated on a robo drill that I don't want either of them. Turns out, a Fanuc robo drill starts out at the same price as the Tormach 1500 MX and the Sile X7. You can get a robo drill, Fanuc robo drill. We're talking about a production, lights out. You can run automation on this thing. You can hook a 5-axis to it. It gets 1,900 inches a minute on the rapid speeds. The feed rates are full speed. It's not chopped down. You can feed at almost 2,000 inches a minute on a robo drill. Your chip-to-chip tool change is like 0.9 seconds. It's insane. And it's the same price as a Sile and a Tormach. So once I figured that out with a 14-tool changer, once I learned that, I'm not even thinking about a Tormach or a Sile. There's no competition. They've got case studies. Apple has like thousands of these Fanuc robo drills, and they did case studies over 10 years. They only had like 100 hours of downtime in the entire company over 10 years when they have like 1,000 machines. It's crazy. So my mind's made up. I'm not getting the Sile or the Tormach. Once I save enough money, it's gonna be going to be a Fanuc Robo Drill. And they have used ones. The problem is all the used ones have like a 5th axis or have like some pallet thing or a 4th axis. And I really don't even want to bother with that. But then again, if the price is right, also a machine that can move 1900 inches a minute, if it's been crashed and it's used, how am I gonna know? That's, Now, this place in Chicago, CNC Exchange, has some good deals. I've talked to the sales guy there, and I can drive all the way to Chicago and watch these things under power. They'll turn them on. I can take my own measuring equipment and check things, but I don't know. There's a lot of risk in my mind to pay $20,000 for a used machine that may have been crashed, like hard crashed. So, I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you buy the used one or wait, save up twice as much money? And not only, here's the thing, I need a rotary phase converter because I don't have 3-phase power. And that's why I can't get a Haas. For some reason, the Haas spindles have a lot more horsepower, but the travel speeds are not even half of a robo drill. And the tool changes are like way longer. So that's why I don't really want a Haas. And we have Haas's at work. At the day job, I work in a machine shop. We have Haas's there. Things are broken down all the time. I can't tell you how many times a year the Haas maintenance guy is in our facility fixing stuff. Bad spindles, ball screws, you name it. The guy's there all the time. And I'm just like, all the stuff I've seen go wrong with Haas machines, and we had a production job, it was where the spindle out. No. I already have a machine that requires a ton of maintenance. I don't want to get another one that requires a ton of maintenance. Also a reason why maybe I don't want to go with a used machine. Anyways, guys, I've been rambling forever. Let's actually do some work. That's my wife always tells me, Richard, you talk too much. I guess that's why I can do these videos, because I never run out of things to say. Which is not necessarily a good thing, let's be honest. At least I'm self-aware enough to know that annoys people. But like I said, you got to take the good with the bad. Just like that, you got the same problem here, you know? I'm human, just like everybody else. I have flaws, even though I'm a YouTuber. Go figure. Like right now, my head is in the center of the frame. Everybody knows you should never, ever have your head in the center of the frame. 2/3, right? Top third, bottom third, never in the middle. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm probably going to go probe everything, because here's the thing. I had these dialed in within a half a thou dimensionally. And I'm not going to risk homing the machine and then being off. Just real frustrated. Make sure I cap them off. Sometimes I get my piles mixed up. My 9-year-old daughter was out here and she wanted to run the tapping arm. Ran it like a champ. That's how easy this thing is. Of course, I supervised. I didn't just like walk away and let her run it. I should have, just for YouTube. I should have been off camera. I might have been. I don't know. That video will come up. I think it's going to be like Monday or Tuesday. Here's the thing. I got this new software, Opus Clip. It basically takes any video I make and I just upload it, and the AI will chop it into like 30 clips. And then I can go through and be like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I can pick like 5 of them, and I can schedule to post them. So I schedule them at 11:55 every day. So every day there'll be a video at 11:55. And I don't have to edit the Instagram, the YouTube, the TikTok, the Facebook individually. Opus Clip publishes to everything, including LinkedIn. And it writes the descriptions, the hashtags, it finds all that stuff. Some of it, it's a little clickbaity, but you guys know how YouTube is, and you can read between the lines, okay? Like, I don't think you're gonna be swayed by the amazing tapping arm. It's whatever, it's an AI generated title. Bear with me, okay? But that's been really cool because it's been allowing me to stay on it. Because when I can sit down and in 10 minutes schedule 6 days, 7 days worth of videos, and I didn't have to edit any of the clips, literally it takes like a minute, and it gives you 25 clips with the text. And it picks such great, it basically like will take a topic, it analyzes everything I say, and it's like, there's a topic, there's a topic, there's a topic. You know, if I tried that, I'd suck at it. Let's be real. So it's a game changer, really. And because of that, my views across all platforms have gone up 4 to 5 times. Because they really, really want you to post every day. I know they want you to post more than every day, but man, I get tired of it. And one downside, one thing I want to try to do, like right now, I've got like 6 videos of this all going to come out. Back to back to back to back. I think in the future, I will cut like this video and they'll give me 6. I'll cut another video, give me 6, and I'll try to alternate. Try to keep it a little bit more fresh. Because if you watch the 10-minute in-depth review, you've already seen all the clips. The AI software just takes that and breaks it into each subject, little micro subjects. All right. What is that? 8 of them done. I got 2 more, and I really don't want, I don't know how long I should stay on here. I mean, I guess I can show you guys how I probe stuff. That's kind of boring. Let's do it. Why not? All right. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say, go home. So home says I can't. So here's what I've been noticing. It's over traveling when it goes home, and it triggers the limit switch, which means my coupler has slipped. I don't think I'm missing steps. I think the coupler has slipped, and so when it goes home, it goes too far home, and it triggers a switch. Because every time this has happened, it's been a similar issue. So, in light of that, I do have those other couplers. And frankly, I think the reason I was getting all that chatter wasn't the couplers to begin with. Like everybody said, I think it was simply my Z-axis lead screw was loose. So I might go back to those other couplers because I feel like that coupler is slipping. So we're going to home it. Now, theoretically, I should just be able to run this part because I homed it. How much you want to bet that's not going to work? You know what I could do? I have a bad part. So this part is bad, right? And I ran it like this. So what I could do is I can flip it over. and I can run this part again. And it's gonna put a hole like here and here. And then I can measure it. And if it's good, then I don't have to mess with redoing anything. Let's do that. Because once I probe, first of all, to probe, I have to take the tool out, which has already got a height set. Then I got to put it back in. And then I have to run that part. And if it's bad, well, now I scrapped another part. This part is already scrapped. All I need to do is confirm my location are on, which I can do with this. Let's see. I can't zoom in this way, but I can flip the camera around. I thought I could. What did that do? That did not flip the camera around. Yeah, it did. Okay. Now it's going to overlap, but that's fine because I'm going to measure from the left side to the left side of the hole. So I'm still going to get the measurement that I need. Almost done with the first hole. I don't think any mist is coming out of my mist cooler. There we go. Almost done. Oh, in case you're wondering, this is a Kodiak cutting tool. Made in the USA. All right, let's measure it. Okay. Moment of truth. All right. Okay, so from the back side, it's supposed to be 0.999. 0.998. So we're within 1 thou, which those limit switches on the back are pretty dead on, so that's good. And then here, it's supposed to be 1.064. It's like 60 thou off, not even freaking close. Yeah, it's the 16th off. So it's a good thing I didn't put a good part in. I'm gonna have to probe, take the tool out, put the probe on, probe, take the probe off, put the tool on, set the tool. I can put this part in, run it again, and then it'll shift the hole over. And so I can still use this to dial in the X. Something's wrong with my X-axis. All right, I'm getting tired. It's time to call it a night. If I run this thing when I'm tired, I make mistakes, I screw up, and I burn a lot of money. You can make some expensive mistakes pretty quick. Tooling's expensive, so thanks for everybody that hung around. Hey, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, quick do that before I sign off. That will really help. So I'll see you guys later. How do I end this? Oh, there it is, the X. Come on. See ya. Bye-bye.